So what's the story? I can always tell when something's up. If you're out drinking alone, there must be a reason. What is it? The wife. How is Kathy doing?
Kathy's okay.
But you're going through a rough patch.
Yeah.
Is it something you think will blow over?
No.
You're not getting a divorce.
Well, you know that Kathy's always nagging me to get out and socialize more often.
Yeah. But you prefer to be in your man cave than anywhere else.
She's also been on at me to be more affectionate.
I'll bet she's been watching too many of those romance movies. It's not good for women's mental health.
I told her when we first met that I'm not the romantic type.
Yeah. But she probably thought she could change that. They often do. You know, have a vision of who they think you will become in future and shit like that.
When my mom died, I felt that I had to be strong for her and the family's sake. When I didn't cry at Mom's funeral, Kathy called me a heartless bastard in front of the kids. She said that it's not the 1950s anymore, and that real men cry.
I'm sorry to hear that you've had to go through this shit.
I can't tell you how many times she's followed me around the house telling me all the things she thinks I'm doing wrong. Going on and on about how my behavior is making her feel. Crying, shouting at me, slamming doors, you know, stuff that's hard to ignore after a while. She's been convinced that there's something wrong with my mind, and she wouldn't stop harassing me until I spoke to a professional. So for peace sake, I agreed to see a psychologist.
Sounds like she's the one who needs to see a psychologist. Did they give you advice on how to deal with her aggressive mood swings?
No. They diagnosed me with schizoid personality disorder.
So they agree you're the one with the disorder?
Yes.
I'm surprised.
You've never heard of schizoid personality disorder before, have you?
No.
Me neither. But I have to say that the diagnostic criteria fits like a glove. It certainly describes my behavior. I haven't been very interested in socializing for years. I spend most of my free time in my man cave. I'm emotionally detached and aloof, and I prefer to be alone.
But who wouldn't want to lock themselves away in their den, under the conditions you've just told me? You deserve a medal for putting up with Kathy's moodiness and her bossy, controlling behavior.
It's like there's an invisible wall between the two of us. And when she talks, it's just kinda like background noise. The more she goes on at me, the more I zone out. I know she's frustrated, and in my mind I'm trying my best to be understanding. I used to make an effort in the past to be who she wanted me to be, but I can't change who I am.
How does she feel about your diagnosis?
She's actually been better since she found out. She's more calm. I actually think this diagnosis could be a good thing. At least she might connect with more realistic expectations of me in future, and stop projecting things onto me that I can't live up to.
Yeah. It'll all be better once she puts away the fairy tales and sees you in the cold light of day.
You're one of the few people I can trust to understand.
Trust me when I say that a strong mentality counts for a lot, and that having emotions can be overrated.